too old or too young for real estate to get in or get out of real estate? What are the rules? Stay tuned. We're going to talk.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning.
Oh, how are you, Michael?
I'm good. How are you, Mark?
Yeah, good. You had a bit of a storm last night.
It was a bit crazy. Swept in and out within 5 minutes, hailed the lot. But then as quickly as it came, it was gone.
And left
Very
a whole
strange.
bunch of mess in everyone's yards.
Correct. The joys.
God.
Too young or too old in real estate? Interesting topic for this morning.
Yeah. How do you spot it? How do you know? It's something we're always dealing with all the time, I reckon, or certainly as a principal, I'm dealing with this all the time.
It's very
That's all I
true.
hear.
Well, yeah. I guess looking at like when you're looking at hiring staff, people that are younger, people that are older, and I don't think there's any right or wrong. I think that on both sides there's advantages and disadvantages. But do you reckon there is a cutoff though? Once you say someone hits a certain age, you go, nah, that's it. It's too much, or you go, or they're too young, and you go, no, you're too young. I'm not going to have you.
Do you know what? There's the power of the mind, I reckon, is absolutely incredible. And the body sort of comes second, third, fourth, last, whatever.
It's true.
But I do think that it is for people that are older in the market that are wanting to get into real estate. It's a real, I think, it's a buffer for people. But you know, Lisa Novak had a go at me this morning for being old in real estate, and then I remembered she's 5 years older than me, and then at first I took offence, and then I was like, hang on, you're 5 years older, and Lisa got into sales when she was 46.
I think, yeah. Well, coming into sales as someone that's middle aged and you've already got that lifetime experience behind you, compared to like a fresh 18-year-old, I think there's benefits to both sides. Like for someone like Lisa coming in as well, she's got a lot of experience, obviously in the business beforehand also, but a lot of life experience as well, which clients like, and they're drawn to.
Yep. Well, you know what? And I think I know I always hear Tom Panos, real estate trainer, say this. He says, talent beats doesn't hustle. And you there?
I'll repeat it for you guys. Repeat that last bit, Mark, for the crowds out there. So, talent beats hustle when hustle won't. Sorry, what was the saying? So, hustle beats talent when talent won't.
Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. And I think that's just a perfect example for people that are sort of 40, 50, 60 getting into real estate. And if they have the talent and they have the hustle, they just dominate their marketplace.
Very true. So what about someone starting in sales, starting in real estate, and they are fresh? So they've just finished school, they're 17, 18, 19 years old. Is that too young to start? Or do you reckon someone like that still has a good chance in terms of doing well initially?
You better get ready to hustle. Because if you are not out hustling, out working, out everything, you're not quite going to have that talent. You're going to have to acquire and learn that talent. So you really got to be a hustler.
I agree.
There's a crossroad.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think when you're starting out in real estate as someone that's young, like you said, you don't have the talent yet. So what have you got on your side? You've got that youth, you've got that energy, you do have that hustle, and that's what you need to push on. And I think over time you start to develop that talent more. And like Mark said, you hit that crossroad where the talent then starts to overtake the hustle. And I guess that's when you get to the more mature part of your career. And I guess for a lot of agents, that's that delicate point where you go, is this where we're going to keep really amping it up and really take off? Or is this where we start to get to a point where you go, oh, I've got enough talent now. I can sell enough properties. I can manage enough properties. Okay, let's just start to sort of tone it back a bit as well. And I think it's a very delicate situation when you hit that point, because it's very easy to take your foot off the pedal and then lose that altogether.
Well, you probably have a bit more financial freedom as you're older. You've probably got some grandkids cruising around, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I wouldn't mind just doing a little bit more of this or that. So you're not you're not hustling as hard. So I think it's interesting that anyone who has that mental barrier in an industry as to age, like for instance, this guy, I just Googled it. Who's this?
Colonel Sanders.
So guess what age he started KFC?
I've seen this before. I'm going to take a guess here. 62? 62?
Close. 65.
65.
65. Now, I can guarantee you, starting that business, he did, starting a business, he was at the beginning of the, was the talent there for that business. But a true hustler, like he had the energy, he just pushed it and he just made it happen. So I think the message out of today is anyone that's wanting to start early in real estate or in their job, just get ready to just put absolutely everything into that and be the king hustler of what you're doing. Anyone who's doing it late,
It's the same, yeah. I think what we, and I didn't think it was going to take this sort of angle, but it's interesting to see from what we've just discussed now, it seems to be the mindset of the individual, not the age, that makes the difference. So we've got older agents that are absolutely killing it, and we've got older agents that are doing shocking. And then you've got younger agents like this guy here who could be absolutely killing it, or you've got younger agents that don't have the hustle and go, oh, I'm just too young, no one wants to employ me, or no vendor wants me because I'm too young and too fresh in the industry.
It's in the mindset.
Yeah. And you look at the most successful agents in the country, they all have a very big variance of ages. Literally, you got guys in their early 20s that are some of the most successful agents in the country. You got guys in their 30s, and you've got established agents in their 40s, 50s, and 60s as well. Like every single age group is actually, I find, is up there in, let's say, the top sort of 20, 30, 40, 50 agents of Australia. There's actually a massive variance of ages in there, which I think is a really positive thing for anyone that's out there that's thinking about being an agent or is an agent. You're not too old, you're not too young. It's just up here.
And it's all those traits. Lisa's talked about being different in the marketplace, offering something better, stronger, different. Michelle's talking about consistency. So all these elements are building into what we're talking about. And if you can, work hard, with these things, I really think that age thing's just starting to fall away. And also, I think if you're doing something for too long, I think you can become complacent in the process and not challenge yourself. So I think with doing something different, I think it's really, really important because, you do often get those cranky old real estate agents that will talk about, we don't do it that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like we don't do it that way because it doesn't work, and we've tried it, but they tried it 18 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think you definitely got to move with the times, and I do love that word hustle. That sort of hustle encompasses all the things the guys have commented about today, and it encompasses the hard work that we've spoken about.
But I think there's a beauty at each of the varying ages to take advantage as well, because it's not the same for a young agent as it is for an older agent as well. As a young agent, you've got time on your side. You might not have a family yet. You might, even if you're just starting out, mum and dad, whatever it might be, you've got less responsibilities. So use that to your advantage. And back to your word, hustle, work hard, build that brand for yourself. And then as you're a more established agent, great, guess what? You've got more talent now. Use that to your advantage. Still put the hustle in there as well, but use that to your advantage now as well to win those listings and win those sales and whatever it might be. So I think there's a beauty in each part of your career to harness whatever, I guess, is the most effective for you at that stage and keep working with it.
And another thing that we haven't spoken about that I've just thought of is breaking yourself down to zero. And that's easy to do when you're 17, 18 or 19 or 20. It's easy to work on a base wage. It's easy to work those crazy hours and build that career. So real estate is a little bit like an electrical apprenticeship or a plumbing apprenticeship or any sort of apprenticeship or even a degree where there is a very low income, a doctorate, for instance, there is a very low income earning period for quite a while. So you're sort of breaking yourself down at ground zero. So I think with the industry, it's more inclined to bringing in the younger folk because they will start at ground zero than taking someone at the age of 55 and putting them on a base wage for a period of time and telling them they've got to work like absolute dogs to get on to build their brand.
Yeah,
it's a little bit, there's a bit of humility there that's also hard. You know, with getting in as you're a little bit older, but that's getting in. You know, it's also people that are firmly in the industry that we're talking about today, like too old, and you're firmly in the industry. You know, happens as well.
Yeah, you hit your, I guess, not your expiry date, but you hit a point where if you don't have the passion anymore, you find yourself being grumpy at things that didn't used to make you grumpy. You go, well, maybe it is time to transition to the next stage, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like anything in life. If that passion's not there anymore, then you just got to find out what that next step looks like for you to pivot to find what that next passion is. It doesn't mean you're necessarily getting out of the industry, but it means just ensure you're doing what you enjoy. And I think when you're young, you enjoy the hustle, you enjoy the chase with it. And then over time, as that sort of matures, then you work out what the next stage is for you. Outwork everyone.
What's Lisa saying?
I was 46 when I got started. I decided to outwork the competition, outservice the client, and do things differently. Lisa just did absolutely everything possible that we discussed, and that's why she's done so amazingly well.
You're a witness.
I am. I work with Lisa every day. Very good.
What's the go hard?
Some people like hustle, some don't. That's true. And look, the nature of real estate, it does favor people that want to hustle. There's other industries that maybe are better in terms of being a bit more complacent. Like it or lump it, the nature of our industry, you got to hustle if you want to be successful and enjoy it.
Oh, and you know what else? The hustle words are different. It's got different meanings and different levels to different people. I sometimes think as hustle as a bit crass. Or desperate. Whereas I also think of hustle sometimes as just that, that the Rocky Balboa movie, or, Rocky 4, where he's just doing what he's got to do to get there. Yeah. So I think a successful hustle will bring success, and I think a dodgy hustle won't. So, yeah.
Correct, exactly. You want to be hungry, but you want to be resilient, you want to be ethical, you want to be, you want the positive connotations along with it. Of course, you can hustle in the bad way as well, but what we're focusing is obviously someone that wants to work hard.
Boom.
Very good.
Hey, Michael, is it true that this was a photo of you when you were younger?
That was me only 2 years ago, Mark.
Wow.
I know. And then I stopped shaving.
Then you got the beard. Then you got the beard going off. You went.
I know.
Well, guys and girls, I hope this can help you, friends or family, particularly with kids leaving for the HSC, wanting to get into real estate and dress up in a suit. Maybe an interesting article for little Johnny to watch.
Very awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye.